Rio Ferdinand. Viktor Gyokeres' transfer to Arsenal doesn't bother me, but I'll be in pain if Manchester United miss out on dream signing. Manchester United won't stress about missing out on Arsenal-bound striker Viktor Gyokeres if they manage to sign Viktor Osimhen. That's the view of club legend Rio Ferdinand, who has called upon the Napoli man to be the star arrival at Old Trafford this summer. Sporting CP marksman Gyokeres is closing in on a move to Arsenal, although an agreement hasn't been reached yet. The 27-year-old has agreed terms with the Gunners on a 5-year deal, and his camp are confident he will move to North London. United have held long-term interest in former Coventry City man who worked with head coach Ruben Amorim at Sporting. Ferdinand was asked to name his top target for United to sign this summer amid Gyokeres' pending move. I'm like a broken record. If anyone listens to my podcast, I've said Osimhen for a while now, the former center-back said. He's a center-forward. He's experienced. He knows how to score goals at the top level. I've seen today that Galatasaray have put a £50 million bid in. £50 million to get a top-class striker, one of the top strikers in the world, is absolute peanuts in today's market. I'll be disappointed if he goes to Galatasaray for that type of money, when Man United are crying out for a no. When Ferdinand was asked if he's disappointed about failing to sign Gyokeres, he insisted, "I'll be disappointed to miss out on Gyokeres if we don't get a no. But if we got Osimhen, then I wouldn't be too concerned. Galatasaray are pushing to sign Osimhen, and Napoli may agree to a fee below his €75 million, £65 million clause." The Nigerian international has already agreed terms with the Turkish giants, where he spent the 2024-25 season on loan. Osimhen scored 37 goals and assisted 8 others in 41 outings, and won the Super League and Turkish Cup. Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal are also keen on the 26-year. United have already made a forward signing in Matheus Cunha from Wolves for £62.5 million. Brentford winger Brian Bumo is believed to have approved a move this summer, although there is no breakthrough as of yet. However, Ferdinand is choosing to remain patient over the deal, as he remarked, "Listen, Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? People can get frustrated, but there's still a lot of time left in the window. Obviously, you'd like to get your business done early, which would be great. But I don't think everything pans out like that, and you've got to be extremely lucky for that to happen. We've got Cunha in. It seems like the club are adamant that they want to get Mbumo, but they want to get the deal done at the right price that suits the club. That's what's part of negotiations and getting that done. I think ideally, you'd like to see stuff done in the background and you just announce a signing. But it's not been that way for Manchester United. I think if we do get him, he's the type of player that I've been screaming about for probably over a year now. In terms of type of player, who's mobile, who's dynamic, aggressive, and can score goals, and is going to add value to the team. So I'm hopeful that that gets done, but I would still like to see a center forward signed at the football club. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who is a free agent after leaving Everton, is also understood to be an option for United this summer. Outgoings are also expected with Marcus Rashford, Alejandro Garnacho, Jadon Sancho, Antony and Tyrell Malacia keen to leave. Rio Ferdinand admits he'll be disappointed if Man Utd don't sign top-class star after £43 million bid submitted. Rio Ferdinand has admitted that he will be disappointed if Manchester United do not secure one of his favorite players after a £50 million bid was submitted. Manchester United are set to rebuild their attacking line this summer after a disappointing 2024-25 campaign that ended with a 15th place finish in the Premier League, with a lack of goals a key factor in their struggles. Bruno Fernandes finished as United's top scorer with 19 goals, while Alejandro Garnacho and Ahmad both contributed 11. Rasmus Højlund added 10, but no other player reached double figures across all competitions. The club have already secured the £62.5 million signing of Matheus Cunha and are in advanced talks with Brentford over a move for Brian Bumo. Discussions are ongoing as both clubs work to agree final terms for the Cameroon international. United are also pursuing a new central striker, while Sporting CP's Viktor Gyokeres was a top target. The Swedish forward has reportedly agreed personal terms on a 5-year contract with Arsenal. With a club-to-club agreement expected to follow, with Gyokeres seemingly off the table, United are now assessing alternative options to strengthen their front line. Ferdinand pleading United to sign a name United have been long linked with across the last few seasons is Napoli striker Viktor Osimhen, who former United defender and club legend Rio Ferdinand believes is a perfect option for Amorim up front next season. Osimhen is reportedly available for just over £60 million but commands wage demands of over £350,000 per week, which is too high for United to afford. Meanwhile, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that Galatasaray have submitted a bid worth around €50 million, £43 million plus 8. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Man Utd, foiled by Chelsea as Brentford wants significantly more from Mbeumo than latest bid. Hello everyone, my name is Jack. I'm here to deliver every update on football news. Like and subscribe. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments section. Manchester United have Chelsea and Newcastle to thank for failing to secure the signing of Bryan Mbeumo from Brentford. The Red Devils have so far only managed to sign Matheus Cunha from Wolves for £62.5 million and Diego Leon for £3.5 million from Cerro Porteño, and are said to currently be focused entirely on prizing Bryan Mbeumo away from Brentford. They've seen 2 bids rejected for the 25-year-old, the latest of which is said to have matched the fee paid for Cunha, with the Bees holding out for £65 million for the Cameroon international, who was keen on the move to Old Trafford but perhaps not as desperate as the United bosses would like. The United bosses missed their own internal deadline to sign Bryan Mbeumo on Monday when the players returned to pre-season training. Though transfer expert Fabrizio Romano claims the Brentford star is still giving priority to the move to Old Trafford as talks continue, Romano tweeted, "Manchester United's absolute focus remains on Bryan Mbeumo deal, with talks set to continue this week. No agreement with Brentford last week, but Man UFC, keep working on it, and Bryan also keeps giving priority to United move. Deal on." In a recent interview, Brentford director of football Phil Giles claimed Mbeumo would be happy to stay with the Bees if they don't get what they want for him. There's been significant interest in Bryan. It's been well documented and publicized about his current preference. Giles confirmed to Sky Sports, "I think, from what I understand, he's also happy to stay at Brentford next year as well. If that deal is right, there is a deal to do. If not, then he will stay. We've spoken to Bryan and his representatives, and it is not a given that he will depart this summer. There is interest. He had a great season last season. It's inevitable there will be interest in him." And a report from the iPaper claims that Joe Pedro's £60 move to Chelsea and Newcastle's failed bid of £55 million for Anthony Elanga has strengthened Brentford's resolve to hold out for their asking price. Although it's been claimed Brentford wants £65 million, the report claims they in fact want significantly more than United's latest £62.5 million bid. Make of that what you will, but although talks are indeed ongoing, a source claimed a resolution is not imminent amid claims United's bid to land. Mbeumo has been hampered by the forward stating his desire to join Ruben Amorim's side before any contact between the two clubs had been made. The report states, when news of Mbeumo's preference emerged a month ago, there had been no club-to-club contact between Brentford and Manchester United, putting the latter on the back foot in their bid to sign the Cameroon forward. While they have not walked away from talks yet, and seemingly have no intention of doing that, it looks inevitable that the saga will drag on unless their bid is increased significantly. Man Utd Bryan Mbeumo transfer delay due to Chelsea and Newcastle as issue arises. Manchester United's pursuit of Bryan Mbeumo has reportedly hit an impasse with Brentford remaining firm over their valuation of the in-demand forward. 2 other Premier League sagas are said to have strengthened Brentford's resolve to demand in excess of £60 million from the Red Devils for their star man. Mbeumo is reported to have decided that his priority is to join United. That is despite reported interest from Tottenham and Newcastle. Both Premier League clubs have subsequently moved on to other targets, leaving United to thrash out an agreement with Brentford. However, 2 offers have been rejected and talks have reportedly stalled. United's latest offer is understood to have been worth £55 million plus £7.5 million in 8 months. Brentford rejected that proposal over a week ago, and there has been no further bid since. According to the iPaper, Brentford are holding out for an upfront fee in excess of £60 million. United are still at least £5 meters away from that figure. Chelsea's £60 million signing of Joe Pedro and Newcastle's reported £55 million offer for Nottingham Forest's Anthony Elanga are said to have strengthened Brentford's resolve to insist on their valuation of Mbeumo. The 25-year-old has become one of the Premier League's most prolific scorers, finishing last season with the joint 4th highest tally, 20. He bagged a further 18 combined goals in 202-2-3 and 2023-24. Brentford have the option to extend Mbeumo's contract by another year. With his current terms ending in the summer of 2026, it remains to be seen whether United shelf plans to sign him this summer, potentially returning for a cheaper deal in 12 months' time. For his part, Mbeumo reportedly only has eyes on United. Spurs and Newcastle have looked at alternative targets after being informed that the Brentford man preferred a switch to Old Trafford. Should a move to United fail, Mbeumo would reportedly be willing to give his all to Brentford for the forthcoming season. Former Blackburn midfielder Keith Andrews has replaced Thomas Frank, who succeeded Ange Postecoglou at Spurs. United have made only one senior signing this window. Matheus Cunha arrived from Wolves after his £62.5 million release clause was triggered. Highly rated Paraguayan wingback Diego Leon, 18, has also joined United, but will be slowly integrated into Ruben Amorim's first-team squad. A much-needed overhaul of United's ranks is likely to rely on fees recouped from outgoing deals. Marcus Rashford, Anthony Jadon, Sancho, and Tyrell Malacia have all been told they can find new clubs ahead of the 2025-26 season. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.